Hello guys, so I know I haven't been making some videos lately. I've just been busy just checking out some stuff. And it turns out that a previous video I made, I think it was like when Ultimate Spider-Man or its Ultimate Comics Spider-Man came out. That was issue number 8. That's when Miles Morales actually got a suit. I said, "Oh, I know who made the suit. It was Jessica Drew." But relooking, because I'm now able to, I actually now have, I guess, it's 7 comics in that paperback. Well, anyways, I have the first paperback of the Ultimate Spider-Man. I checked it out, and it looked, and plus the freaking video game too. Why in the world did I forget the video game actually showed this too? But anyways, as you can see in the first 7 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man, you actually find out that Spider-Man, well, Peter Parker, actually didn't make his suit on his own. He actually got the suit by the wrestling manager, or whatever you want to call him, manager of the wrestling league, the UCW. So, yeah, and it turns out that we don't even know who actually made the suit anyways. He just said, "Here, put the suit on. We got this made for you." And one thing that you saw in like the one of the comics is the fact of he said, "If I put a spider emblem here and put some webs on it, we'll be in business." And he didn't do that until like a little bit later, like right after he actually started fighting crime. Yeah, like before the whole wrestling gig, which kind of brings the point of the likeness of Spider-Man thing. Now it's kind of a little bit bizarre. I mean, in later issues, Kingpin actually says, "I have likeness rights for Spider-Man," but how can he if Spider-Man well, technically he does own Spider-Man, but he technically can't. Well, he could actually buy it, but I'm just saying by wrestling by the wrestling way is that he's able to own Spider-Man, but he can't own the webs and the spider emblem he put on himself, because when he was wrestling, he didn't have anything at all. It was totally blank. His costume was blank. Only thing that was there is just the black and white eyes, and that's it. So basically, in I didn't really get to. I don't have. Oh, I do have the comic. It's just that the video game went loosely with it. I mean, yes, we all know that in Ultimate Spider-Man, Peter actually had to get Mary Jane to sew up his suit, which, when it comes to the Amazing Spider-Man, they basically dubbed big time if they were trying to say, "We're basing it off the Ultimate comics." Yeah, that means that you should have at least somebody who knows how to sew in Peter's life. That's most likely his romantic fling and everything. While instead, in the first movie, the only thing it shows is just that Gwen Stacy knows how to mm, attend to his wounds when he came going against the lizard the first time. No, that was the second time. Yeah, it was the second time. Was it? Yeah, it was the second time he went against him. Anyways, back to what was at hand. So, with saying the fact that Peter didn't know how to sew, but Mary Jane did, and every time the suit rips, Mary Jane just sewed it back up. It. Oh yeah, he was able to put. Yeah, he did put the webbing on the costume, but more importantly, he had Mary Jane sew it, or at least that's what the video game kind of hinted at. And also, there was like some issues where he was actually put tape on his suit, so he's able to actually fight, which I think was tape over his eyes, kind of like what happened in previous. Well, not previous. It's like a long time ago when that happened in Ultimate Spider-Man. But anyways, yeah. So, we come to the question yet again, who made Miles Morales' suit? It wasn't Jessica Drew, because Jessica Drew knew everything what Peter did, but Peter didn't know how to sew at all. Yes, she could have acquired it, but she could have acquired that skill, but we don't really know for sure. All I can tell you is that she didn't even make her own costume. That costume was given to her by Ben Riley and everyone who was working under that secret campaign called Codename Spider Woman, which I'm kind of shocked that even though technically Ben Riley does have still has a sample of Peter's blood, and you would figure they'll still continue on with the idea of let's make Army of Spider Woman, but apparently that didn't happen. No idea why. So the question is, where did the suit come from, and how in the world do they know that when Miles was actually drawing his costume of what it would look like? How in the world did they find out that's exactly what he wanted his costume to look out? Yeah, that's kind of like, okay, so do they have eyes everywhere? And then after that, they have, well, technically, they have to get their suits somewhere. I mean, the shield agents have to get all their stuff and all their clothes from somewhere. So I guess whoever did their clothes and tailor stuff could have made the Spider-Man suit as well. I don't know. It's kind of like what happened with the Spider-Man original Ultimate Spider-Man costume. The fact of we don't really know who actually made the costume. We just know who gave the costume to Peter and who gave the costume to Miles. So that's just basically all I can tell you right now. Sadly, there's no way to continue on the search and finding that it's the same tailor who made the Ultimate Spider-Man suit, and Spider-Woman's suit also made Miles' suit. We have no idea of what tailor who he did it anyways. So, yeah. The only thing I can tell you is that there's many suits. Yeah, there's many suits. Miles gets suits and suits and suits returned because notice that in Spider-Man No More, he ripped up his first suit. His first suit got ripped the frick up. And then basically it was Jessica Drew who gave him another suit and said, and also gave him a picture and stuff and said, we need a Spider-Man. You need to get back to work, and yeah. So it's kind of weird what's going on. Okay, the only other thing to talk about is just the fact of his suit regeneration, quote unquote. There's the fact of there's like some parts where he got ripped and stuff, and I guess you could say, oh, he just got it replaced, you know? Yeah, it's kind of weird, the whole idea of he got his suit ripped, and I mean, yes, I understand that superheroes shouldn't go around with ripped suits, but I'm just saying it just doesn't make sense that if he doesn't know how to sew, that the suits have to come somewhere. If so, does that mean that every time his suit is ripped and stuff, he goes to Jessica Drew and Jessica Drew's like, all right, here's a new mask, here's a new shirt, here's new gloves, here's new. I don't think boots can get destroyed right now. I don't think his boots are able to get ripped. And then here's new leggings. So is that what's really going on? Is the fact that he has to go to a certain person and said, notice that this is ripped, and you're like, okay, here's a new one, give me back the old one, and yeah, so that's just my investigation. My investigation is not really as good as it can be, but this is as far as it can go. The only way to figure out what happens, even though this is technically taking it very literally instead of just enjoying the show, but the only way to find out truly who gave the suits and everything is just going to Michael Bendis and going to Mark Bagley and asking them yourself. But for now, since I don't have that technology, slash I tried asking him a question, and like Electro, I got basically dissed. Yeah, the question didn't even get answered. Sucks. But oh well, I'm not gonna turn Electro or turn Venom and just start attacking people. But yeah, that's all I got. So I'm webbing out. See you later, and peace out.